Okay, guys, so let us talk about what it is like driving in the United States, in these United States of America. Okay? Well, mind you, I've only driven in South Florida, okay? Because that's where I live. But these roads are scary, okay? It's scary, first of all. And I mean, I must say this. I don't drive on the highway, and that's my preference, that's my choice. um People would say, oh, it's fair, you need to go on the highway because, say for instance, this morning I'm coming to a meeting. I have a meeting at work, right? And if I drove on the highway, it would probably take me like 45 minutes to reach where I'm going, right? But when I put in the address yesterday, it was saying 1 hour and a half to get to my destination. So that is basically double the time when you avoid highways. When I always use the GPS, but in my settings I put avoid highways and tolls, something like that, and it gives me different options on the regular road, right? So it was saying 1 hour and a half. But this morning, when I get dressed, and mind you, my meeting starts at 8 o'clock. It is 7:16 now, guys. 7:16, and I probably reached like 5 minutes ago. Yes, I'm almost 1 hour early to the meeting, but I don't care. Okay, I prefer to be 1 hour earlier because it's like the earlier you leave out, the earlier you will reach. So say for instance, okay, I know it's like an hour and a half to get here if I avoid the highways. Then if I left my house at say 6 o'clock or 6:30 and give myself an hour and a half, there's gonna be like a lot of traffic. So yes, I'll probably get here by 8 o'clock, but there's gonna be a lot of traffic. So this morning, when I leave out at about say around 5:30, it says that I'll get there in 1 hour and 11 minutes. 111, perfect number. It says I'll get there in 1 hour 11 minutes. I say good. So it's like the earlier you leave out, you will reach early, yes, but I prefer to do that than to reach late, all flustered and late. Like, I'm sure my colleagues that are using the toll and highway, they're just probably leaving out to get here by 8 o'clock. But let me tell you, let me give you advice. If you're new to driving in the United States, like I'm from Jamaica, and I've never really learned to. I did like a few 1 and 2 lessons here and there, but I didn't have my license in Jamaica, and I didn't drive in Jamaica. It's when I come to the States that I got my license and I started to drive. Okay, so this is the advice that I would give you if you're new to driving in America. First of all, give yourself time. Practice on some going short distances. Practice going short distances back and forth, just to get familiar with the road, just to get used to being on the road, right? Before, don't just jump out and go out say you're going to go on the highway like that, okay? Because it's scary. First of all, the highways are scary. The regular roads are scary, not to mention the highways, okay? Because on the highways, they're driving like 70 miles per hour, okay? On the regular road, as I would say, you go like 45, right? So you can take your time, and if you have to switch lane, then you're not going so fast. But on the highways, when you're going like 70 miles per hour and you have to switch those lanes, and you have to make sure you make it to their exit, and if you miss an exit, then you have to go all the way around, and you have to drive for probably 10 more minutes to go back to where you were to go to the right exit, okay? So this is my advice. This is what, because for instance, this morning, okay, I'm using the GPS, and at one point it says in 9 miles turn right. Okay, so this is what I would tell you. If you know you're going to be going straight for 9 miles, stay in the middle lane. Okay, I have this here because I don't want covering up my logo. if you know you're gonna be going straight for so long, for 9 miles, I would advise you stay in the middle lane. Do not go in the left lane or the right lane, right? Because next thing you're in the right lane or the middle lane, and next thing you see some arrows going right and you see some arrows going left, and like, oh my god, shoot, what am I gonna do? And you're not able to go back in the middle lane. Okay, so this is my advice to you. When I just started driving, I used to like love to stay in the right lane, because I said the right lane is basically where the buses would be stopping, and it's like slower in that lane. But my daughter introduced me to the middle lane. She said, "Mommy, stay in the middle lane." She started driving after me, but she's braver than me. She's way better. I would say she's a better driver, but she's the one that tells me, "Mommy, stay in the middle lane," okay? At first, I feel like when I just started, I feel like the middle lane was a little bit scary. A little bit scary with all these cars moving. To be in the middle, it just felt like, I don't know if it's a phobia or what. I just felt, ugh, I didn't want to be in the middle. But anyway, I get used to being in the middle. So I stay in the middle. And trust me, it works. It's the best thing ever. Stay in the middle lane, and then when your turn is coming up, then you switch to either right or left, whichever turn you're going to make. Okay, so that is one advice. And second thing is, this is not for you if you're a pro at driving and you've been doing this for years. This is for persons who are just starting out and get anxious just driving on these roads. Because let me tell you, there are places this morning that my heart is like, but as soon as I get over it, past that point, then I get calm, I get relaxed, and I start singing and worshiping God and thanking Him for bringing me through. I just have to pray, really pray, when I go on the road and say, "God, I pray you calm my mind. Show me the way, Lord God." And sometimes I'll be like in one lane and He says, "Stick to this lane," and I listen to Him and He said, "Don't change." I was driving this morning and I was behind this car that was kind of going slow. We're supposed to be going like 40 and he was like going 32. I'm like, why is this man driving so slow? But anyways, the Lord said to me, "Stay behind him." And I stay behind him. Before He said that, I was trying to go to the left, but then there's another car that was coming out at the same time trying to pass me. So I'm like, I just went back behind that guy. So another thing, give yourself time when you're going on the road. Enough time, ample time. Okay, so give yourself enough time. Don't just, if you're a person that always late for everything, I don't know what's gonna happen with you, because you're like a last minute person. I really don't know, but I can't do the last minute. I have to be prepared, and I need time to settle my mind and all of these things. Okay, there's another thing that I was gonna say. I don't want to pause it. But there's another thing that I was going to say to you guys that it slipped my mind. Yeah, because the thing is about it, why I avoid the highways too. When you're not really sure, or you're probably freaking out a little bit, when you're on the regular road, you can easily pull off the road and go somewhere just to recenter and probably reroute or whatever it is that you want to call it. When you're driving on the highway, you basically, there's no way to pull off and calm your mind. There's nowhere with all this, with the speed and stuff. There's nowhere. So this is why I prefer to drive on the regular road. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. I hope this helps somebody out there. But just, the Lord has not given you the spirit of fear, but He understands. Pray to Him and just tell Him how you feel. Just leave it up to Him. He'll do it for you. He'll do it for you. Okay guys, so yeah, that's it. Bye.